back with another episode. This is the mashup with Kawira, and behind the lens is Mwaura, who is also the director. We are going to get right into the episode. Our guests are right here with us, and we are going to get to know them. A little hint about our guests today. They are a couple, they are God fearing, they serve God in different departments, and we have interacted with them in several occasions. And so we would love you to learn from them, even as we get into the topic of today, the journey of love, so that we can get to believe that love can lead to marriage and uh, a healthy marriage.
I'm Eliud Mwenda. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm born again. I'm a father of one. And here is my beautiful wife. Yes.
Yes, I am Mrs. Eliud, Priscam by name, a nurse by profession, a mother of one, as you said, and I'm on board to be in this mashup today. Thank you.
All right. So as we get into our episode today, we would like our guest for the first question. Maybe you can talk to us about your journey, how you got to meet each other, and decide that you want to get into marriage.
Okay. Well, a good question. And we met as friends. We just connected as friends in our Facebook. She was my Facebook friend, just a normal friend in a Facebook. And maybe in the year 2017, that is March, I made an intention of just saying hi to her in a inbox, and surprisingly she seemed to have known me before, and from that point we exchanged the contacts, and then from there we came to meet later. Maybe she will say hi when we met. Yes.
Yes, yeah. I just saw a pop-up of a message from the Messenger FB. It was like, hi, and I'm like, oh, this man of God, what do you want from me? And I just responded, said hi, and what followed is, and you look familiar. And for me, I was like, yeah, for me, I know you because we had met earlier in other church meetings, but it was just where you see a man of God coming to your church to preach, and that was it, and nothing, because at that point I was not even at the stage of even having a boyfriend by then or anything, so there was nothing much at then. Now when he said I was familiar, and I said I knew him, he said that, Kundu, please give me your number, of which we did through Facebook. And then from there it was just a little talk, then it ended. But we came to meet again in a prayer mountain where it was organized by our spiritual dad. And this day, to me, I was so impressed by him, although we never talked in that prayer mountain. And what impressed me most is that this man is coming all the way from Homaby to come for a prayer meeting. This was a sort of commitment, and I was impressed in my heart, although there were no connections in me. Then from after that prayer meeting, is when he texted me, and he's like, I saw you, you were dressed in this code. And I said, oh yeah, I also saw you. Yeah, so from there is when now our talk really became smooth and continuous. We continued talking, knowing one another. In several instances, we would meet in the church meetings. And when in those in church meetings, we could not even say hi, you could not even show us if we know each other. Yet our background bado tunaongea tu kwa simu. Yes, and I remember this instance we were from a conference that April 2017. It was still organized by the Mother Church. So when we were in this conference, throughout, I was seeing how we were serving, committed. It was like the protocol team for the ministers during that conference. And at the end of the conference, throughout the conference, we never talked. Even not even chatting anyway. Even during the night after the conference, we did not even communicate. But now at the end of the conference, one of the youth invited me to their family gathering, and I went. At this point when I went tumefika, tumeketi, kikakaa hivi tu, naona haya, kuna huyu anakuja, and I'm like, he's also invited, or what's up? He was like the speaker of the day, so he shared the word, prayed, and the meeting was over. And then afterwards, I'm like, why did you come for that meeting? Well, it's because you are a man of God. But I came to realize, so I was invited by their relative and I wasn't aware. From there now is when, yeah, that much talking if you can hand.
Yeah, it's a sassy story, and it did not, our love did not just appear as a magic. We stayed in a friendship. In fact, all that time I had not expressed my intention of anything. We just became friends. We could just discuss things, knowing each other, and then all along in that friendship, hi, how are you? How are you doing? How are you doing with your studies? Because she had told me that now she's doing nursing, and then she was doing nursing degree that time, and she was in second year, and now I've already, for me, I've just finished the campus, and okay, I ended those ambitions of now after campus. I need to know the other course of life, how it will be. But now, for this young lady I've met, calm, because that time I was asking for a contact in the FB. One thing that impressed me so much is that when I asked for FB the contact, she just said that okay, I apologized and saying that I'm sorry for asking for your contact, but I wish to have your contact. And then she told me it is well, don't mind. And I was like, okay, so this lady is kind and is kind. And now after we exchange those contacts, then our friendship started now growing. We became friends. For me, I was a bit reserved. I I was not talking to people and my ambitions of what kind of marriage I want. Because I remember when I was informed too, when I was giving my life fully to Jesus, I just told God, now God, I don't know why I thought that. I I thought that many ministers don't go up spiritually because of the relationship they create. And one thing I told God is that God, as I go to serve you, keep me safe from entering in a wrong relationship. So I was so intentional to get in the right relationship. So even in this time after we are chatting, there was nothing romantic. It is just normal friendship. You have gotten a friend whom you can share to. Mnaweza ongea. With time, she ended up becoming my confidant. I could open up myself to her, my fears, my my challenges. I remember that time I was from Omabi. I just finished my campus, and then the school that I was training for my teaching practice, they called me. So I did not tarmac outside. I just went to that school in Omabi, continued to teach that for 1 year. Then this time now, the time we are meeting, it's the time that I decided now I want to go back home. I sikuwa najua naenda wapi, but I decided let me leave this job, let me go home at least so that I can be able to plan myself. And we are meeting now as the term 2 for May is opening. I had no place to work. I was having no place to work, and I could tell her that now mimi nimetoka huku, nimefika huku, I'm trusting God for a place to work and that and that and that. I remember one day there was a principal who called me and told me that we need a teacher. We need a teacher to come and teach. Nikamuuliza, when am I supposed to report? He told me, you can report tomorrow. You know, that excitement that I'm getting a job. Yeah. After I prepared myself, I boarded in matatu. I went to a certain stage, and then I called the principal to ask for a direction. And what he told me, unfortunately, we are not receiving the applicant now. We have changed our mind, and I was heartbroken. Then the first person on my account, guess who? I called her. I called her and told her that, this and this has happened. I feel, and she told me it is okay. And what made me feel like this person is kind is that she was in a class, and she called me and told me, okay, I'm sorry, I've not received your call. Later, because I called, and then the call was the call hanged, and then after later 2 to 3 minutes there, she called back and told me that, I'm sorry, I was in a class, and I told her this has happened. The interview has been cancelled. She told me, no, don't mind. Don't mind. All working for good for those who love the Lord. And I felt like, okay, this is a caring girl. Yeah. So she became my confidant. We could share. We could talk about challenges of marriage, or challenges of life, family. Sometimes the hiccups in our families, maybe tulikuwa tumefika mahali, maybe this is me, this alien, this is where I'm coming from. She could come in and tell me, I'm fearing this and this and this and this. That friendship too. And that is how it was.
And I remember,
Yeah.
Vijay, I remember during this 2017, as you are just sharing and knowing one another, to me, it became like a mentor. I saw that he's so knowledgeable, full of wisdom. So actually, I saved him as Servant Eliud. Karibu nimuite spiritual father. But with the whole time, to me, I didn't see him like a boyfriend or somebody who will be my husband later. To me, it was like a mentor kind of, and I took him as a friend, and we were relating in that category of friendship and nothing more. But now, as we were around, as the year was ending, that is 2017, and start of 2018, naona hapa tu niingie kwa relationship because this one this is just a mentor anyway. So I got to another relationship, but it did not ikuenda mbali ikaisha. And then I remember this 2018 August, after another conference in our church, and it happened that was the one who was hosting the ministers again. So this time we met as we were binding by to the ministers, and tukabaki kidogo kuongea, and then he's like, I love you. And I'm like and I'm like, why Priska? And I don't remember what he said, but he ended to argue it, why me? And to me, I was like, by the way, I also love you. And now is when we started dating, 2018 August, we started dating. And one thing that made me feel even safer is saying that now we have got moved to another level of friendship. Let me take you to my spiritual dad, who is my mentor, so that he can walk with us this journey. And to my surprise, his spiritual dad was also my spiritual dad. And so we went. And then 2020 is when he proposed. 2020 February is when he proposed. And I said yes. And 2021 we married. Yes.
Yeah, just to hand on, she has mentioned something about entering in a relationship. Imagine all this time, because now we were just friends. Imagine when she was approached, she told me that someone has approached me.
And I said yes, I'm in a
Because
relationship.
to her, this her friend, she's just telling her friend. But for me, bearing in mind, I was so concerned about her studies. I was a bit concerned about her studies, knowing where she is. I didn't want to
Distract.
to distract her studies. I wanted her to be her. So when she told me about being in a relationship, we couldn't talk, and then nilimwambia, let continue seeking God, let us continue praying and ask God for more guidance, for clarity. And with this time inside me, I know I have some intentions. I have some intentions, but I'm not. To me, I felt it was not the right time to express my expressions. But I was ready. Okay, I was ready to for the will of God to be done, and I didn't want to push her to be my person. I just wanted, just first of all, to confirm that God is there. God is guiding me in all this. Now, then, when I'm approaching her on August that 2018, after the ministers have gone, and then I told her that I want to see you, and then she comes, and then I expressed my I expressed my feelings about her, and she was there quiet, and I was saying that acha nijiongee itoke niambia itoke niongee tu itoke, and then after kuongea, then she asked me a question, why Priska? Why Priska? That question was so heavy on me because I was not prepared for it. Then I told her, for me, I want to do life with you. I want to do life with you, and I want to. I've watched you, and the far we are in our friendship. I have something to admire in you, the kindness and all that. You are confident. And then she told me, okay, um, in fact, the relationship that was there
And then
broke on May, and you've never told me this, and that is why it happened. And from there, as she has said, I told her that now, because for me, I want to give you time to finish up your school. I also want to prepare myself in other things. I just wanted to let you know my intentions. And then for the safety of us, I want we go to our spiritual father, then we communicate to him. And when we went there, I remember our spiritual father asked me, Eliud, when are you intending to marry? I told him that I'm intending to marry 2021, and it was 2021. This is 2018. 2018. I told him that I want to give her time to finish her school. I don't want her to feel like I have cut her dream down, and I wanted her to be that. And I remember my spiritual father told me that, Eliud, if Prince can get lost, I will be on you. I told him, my dad, just test me, try me. And that one helped us in our work, and we had a smooth work until when now we come to a point of uh, engagement. That is 2020. We engaged. In fact, I met her in a Christian Union. I paid her fare on a Sunday. I visited their Christian Union that is in their university. I got her there, and they ministered after service. I surprised her with a ring. Hey, yeah.
wow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We have really loved your story, and there are very many lessons to pick from the story that you have shared. Personally, I have seen the issue about being very intentional, like knowing what you want in that relationship. It started from Facebook. You were not strangers to each other. You had spotted each other in physical gatherings. Unajua hii generation yetu wanapatana tu Facebook na mtu hujawahi ona, haujawahi sikia, hujawahi jua ana exist, and you still want the relationship to work. But for their story, it is different. They had seen each other and they continued interacting from a distance. So this shows how safe the relationship was. And then friendship, being intentional and about the timing. Yani ulikuwa unajua unataka amalize kusoma. That is very encouraging. Unajua some people out there want their partners to stop whatever is going on in their life in order to join them. So we have been encouraged. And I'm just wondering, since those were the basic levels of your life, mlikuwa mnaanza life, Priska anamaliza shule, wewe umeanza life, unajaribu kusettle kama mwalimu. So how did you arrange yourself, ama mlijipanga aje, especially financially, ili msistruggle to get into marriage and also to settle down after marriage, so that even other people out there who wants to get into marriage wajue wanaweza jipanga aje, especially financially, kwa sababu hiyo sometimes inaletanga shida.
Okay, on that time that we were, that duration, maybe from 2018 to 2021, the time that we are getting married, we are so intentional, just as you said, we are so intentional in so many things, finances being one of them. And we do not just assume finances. The aspect of finances we do not assume as, and even other aspects we do not assume. But this, the one that we have handled of finance, we were so intentional. Me, I was not earning all that much. She was a student. But there is one thing that we could do. We could discuss. We could discuss. We end a vision. We end that vision about the finances and our how we'll handle ourselves. Because how we open it to be sincere about our finances. To that point, even that time, we were a bit clear on this is Heliod. This is perspective about money. This is how he thinks about how money should be used, and our vision about money and all that thing. And along that time, we were a bit open on our vision about money and our background about money. And all the time we could communicate, we could discuss finances and say that now, for us, as we enter in this marriage, finances are ours. Finances are ours. Okay, I know. Okay, I know there is this aspect of maybe I handle my account, you handle your account, and all that thing. But for us, to the point tulikuwa tumefika, we say that if we are going in there, we are ready to make it our money. We are ready to make it our money. So even in the planning, in fact, in the planning of everything about marriage, about the parent or whatever, we were planning together. Not Eliud, you are the man, come and do it. We could sit down and plan. And the Lord helped us because as we are planning for this 2021, 2020 Corona comes.
Yeah.
Corona comes. We, the BOM teachers, we went home. No money, no anything. And I was telling her that now, imagine now this has come and we have a vision of 2021. 2019, we have survived. 2018, we have survived. Now 2020 has come. We have no money. I elude. I'm here. We are trusting God. Shule sifunguliwe. Remember that time serikali iliturumia ikasema wale walikuwa wana serve BOM kila mtu apewe token ya 10,000 for 6 months. Tukapewa 60,000. And this time, and I could ask her, now how are we going to do this issue of marriage? And God I think God and us, and she used to tell me, you are going to be employed, you are going to be permanent before we get married. So every time I could talk about issues of our next year, you are talking about next year in marriage, and now Corona iko, you are locked in the house, and then we could discuss, we could sit down, prepare our tentative budget. This is the budget that we want, and then you can take it to God. Be God, now this is what we want for our marriage. Sources of our money, we were not all that popular, and that watu wenye wanajulikana sana. Me being an introvert person, my friendship circle was small. Ambia now, for me, I cannot even talk to friends. Where you are just a student, you are still a student. Remember 2021, she was supposed to graduate that 2021, but Corona comes, classes becomes online and everything like that. Now she is there, a student. Now I'm the one who is working to ensure being married in 2021, because this is what we are praying. God, 2021 is our year. Now, surprisingly, when the government saying that they have removed the lockdown, there was a mass recruitment of teachers that September. Guess what? I went for interview and I was picked.
Man.
And I was picked. So one thing that encouraged us that now, okay, we have a place to start. And then at least that I reported in a place of work where I'm still working now in the year 2021, January, and with a plan of having our ending on August, the same here. So when I came, I joined Feast Celebration, and I was just there. Then we could just plan who are our friends, who can we inform, and all that thing. And we came with an idea. We came with an idea that we want to approach our friends. Yes, we have a source of, at least we have now a secure source of income that will continue being in our family. So we are confident that now, even if we start here, we are not going to have to mess up somewhere. Now we approached a few of our friends, and when we and up the time like April there, that is 2021 April, we called some of our friends, and then my friends, and then we informed them we have this. Remember, I had left campus for between 2016, yes, 2016, and now 2021 is here. When I just expressed my intention to my people that I left there, that is those who took leadership after me. I was CU chairperson for 2 years, so I mentored some people. I told them my time has come to get married, and I wanted this. You know what happened? The 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 campus where I was, they were like, they used to call me daddy. They said that Dandy is getting married. And Priska, where she was standing, came, she was the prayer coordinator, and she was known people like some that we know, our friends like Liz, and they got excited. So it became like a fun. Rongo University against Kemu University. Ni akina nani watawin in this game, and that is how God came here. And it continued like that. Before we were doing our wedding, God graced us. We had enough money. We entered in marriage, settled without financial constraints, and we not struggle after that, because we and our our ideas, our vision about money set. So even when we got money flowing from our salary and all that, when she's not working, we could manage the money together. Come with the money, we manage. This is what we are taking. This is what we are saving. This is what we are using for transport. This is like that.
So, on the issue of finances, I remember now we are in courtship. It's 2020. We are at home. All of us is in their home. I am in my home. But now we need finances because we have a wedding to come 2021 August. So I remember we planned about having a project ya kuku na tukaanza kwao, though ikwenda mbali sana, but at least it started. Yeah, and this having this mind of sharing about our finances, um, sharing about finances, even in marriage right now, we don't struggle much because this is what we planned from. I think we have been doing since our courtship, since our friendship, and even now. There is no his money, no Elvin's money, no Priska's money. It is our money. What he earns, what I earn, we put together, and it is family's money. And this has helped us so much that we don't have that struggles. We know what can we do first, and what can we suspend as a couple, and this I've seen it help us so much, especially in the matters of managing our finances. Yes.
All right. Their story about finances brings a lot of endurance, yani kuvumiliana, kuelewa pahali uko, where your partner is, and coming together, a lot of unity. I really love that. So, for the next question, I wonder, is marriage a bed of roses, or are there some thorns, and maybe how do you handle them?
To start with, marriage is not a bed of roses, but I would say marriage is beautiful. And people, please come to this camp. It is beautiful. If I was asked to, if I would want to be a single girl or lady again, I wouldn't answer because I've enjoyed the beautifulness of marriage, the sweetness of marriage. And not that because singlehood is banned, it is season and it should be enjoyed as it is. But even here inside, what is somebody in the social media and you think that it's bad, marriage is beautiful, but it is a work. It is like a garden of roses whereby it needs to be cultivated. Nahitaji ulimie, na usipolimia shamba, what happens? Kunatokea nini? Magugu. So those thorns come up. Again, I would say also roses kinakuanga na tudonyeri tudogo twa thorns. If you don't, if you view that thorn and amplify it and magnify it, then it seems that the beauty of rose diminishes. So that's the same with the marriage. Marriage, as it flows, it has its challenges. Sometimes you find yourself in conflict. You find sometimes in desperate moments, a lot of things putting pressure on you. But if you choose to focus on this pressure, what happens is that then at the end of the day, you will choose to part ways. But even when during conflict, if there are conflicts in this marriage, because they will come, sometimes you will disagree and really disagree. But what happens is that even in this disagreement, our main goal is at the end of this, we must agree. At the end of this, we must keep united. At the end of this, we should stay together. Yes.
Yeah, just to hand on that and start. Just yes, saying, marriage is something that you must be intentional about.
Yeah.
You must be very intentional, and then when those thongs start showing up, you ask yourself, what is our intention? What was the purpose of us being together? So that purpose is the one that brings you together. Yes, thorns are there, but you choose not to destroy the flowers or the roses because the thorns are there. So there are disagreements are there because these people, she has a different upbringing, I have different upbringing. We have met as people who are handled. So there are areas where you feel we need to do this, and she feels this is what we need to do at this time. And along the way, you may realize the pressure is increasing, and then you choose now to sit down and say, now, what can we do best? What can we do best? And you remind yourself, that we intentionally saying that we want to raise a family that will be an example to our generation. Now, that reminder that we are giving to ourselves makes us to remain focused on what brought us in marriage, even in those times of disagreement. This to show that there is no marriage that is perfect. We may have our flaws. It does not necessarily means that any other marriage may be having such flaws, but for us, we choose whatever comes to us, we handle it as it is, and we choose not to ignore. Yeah. We choose not to ignore anything. So even a small matter that brings an issue for us, it becomes a meeting where we just sit down and discuss. There are times when we are together, we sit in the table room and then we take like 3 hours just talking about ourselves. Yeah. Ourselves. And we know sometimes you start even without having a story, and the story develops as you continue. Yeah. And that is how you have survived. And we thank God for His grace so far. It is not by mighty, not by power. Yeah. It is by His grace. Yeah. Yes.
There are many people who fear getting into marriage simply because of the challenges that are there. But we have learned from them that it is possible to handle whatever comes and also to move on. Now, you can advise our generation. Our generation openly talks about sex, and they are engaging in it even before marriage. They really don't care about it, maybe because they don't know the importance. So you can talk to them and tell them, why is it important to abstain from sex before marriage, and what are the consequences of failing to abstain?
Okay.
Maybe I can start. Sex before marriage, let me start by saying first it is a sin. It is a sin. Let us not engage in it. But if you failed you fail in it, maybe before you're married, again you are not condemning. Because maybe this is because you didn't know. But how do you manage it? That does not mean that when you're dating, and of course you know, when you're dating and you love one another, mioto iko. But now it's for you to choose. Because I remember when we started dating, this is one of the boundary we set. We said we are not going to engage in sexual activities, or I don't know, I call them what, easy behaviors za kushikana and what have you during our courtship or dating until marriage. And one thing I remember, my husband, now then my boyfriend, he was telling me, nikijanguka kwa hii dhambi mimi hata siwezi hubiri tena. So I took it as initiative, ni mungide, ni mungad, not mungide, ni mungad. I protect him as he was protecting me. I know sometimes when we meet and hey, tuko hapo tunasikia we hapa ama tujaribu kitu ingine, but how we manage it is having self control. If you cannot control, kila mtu aende zake, we'll meet another day. Yeah.
Yeah, on that still, we were also having this issue of having our spiritual father being there for us, working with us. It's also another thing we asked ourselves, that if we go to this point, how are we going to tell him that we were not able to stand as you requested us? So you could see that we were so intentional, because I remember she told me that it is upon you to protect me, and to me it was upon me to protect her, and make sure that at least we stand. In different days, you hear it is she that need maybe a hug. The next day it might be me, but we chose to kill ourselves until that time comes. So to the generation that is out there, just as she has said, sex has so many consequences. One, especially when you're in a relationship. Number one, the moment especially you have promised someone that I want you to be my girlfriend, my friend, my sweetheart, my all those kind of ones. And then here comes you you break that trust and sleep with this person. This thing, it goes with you even in marriage. Even if it comes to a point that you are the one who get married to that lady, she will be a bit insecure because trust already has been broken. So the moment trust has been broken, you realize most of the issues about trust in marriages, they don't just start because you're inside the marriage. Some of them, they start from where you started, your foundation. If you compromise a foundation, the whole building will start shaking. Yeah. And also there is issue of soul ties. Soul ties is another thing that may come there. Every intercourse that two people engage into carries a tie, carries a soul tie, carries a bond. And that bond, if it is not managed, even if you not end up marrying that person that you're calling a girlfriend today, if you don't manage that kind of bond of soul tie, it may fall you in marriage. So I am encouraging you, young people, it is doable. It is not magic. It is just a setup of mind, and tell yourself, I'm making a decision. Stand on that decision. Tell yourself, I am ready to to you cannot die because you have not done sex. You cannot die. You can say it is for a while. And when you enter there, you will enjoy life.
Yes.
And that one will even help you even in the trust. When in that time when we were in courtship and we were able to win that kind of an exam. Today, we don't struggle with the trust, even in a place of work. I know who she is. She cannot easily get entangled to fise things. Zile vitu zenye asikai mzuri because around I know this is my person. She was able to handle this, and this is. I remember that time when your time when we were dating. Even if she could receive some of the friends, of which some of our friends we also inherited them even today.
Yeah.
Some of the friends, including the men when walikuwa nasoma na wao, they were friends, and some of them we inherited them, and even today they are our friends, because even that time when they were interacting, she could just inform me that I am in the house, I have so and so. From that, ujamuuliza mko na nani, then from nowhere you get a call, niko kwa nyumba, so and so has visited me. So that one developed a trust. So it is going to be intentional, and to ensure that whatever you are doing it with openness and with a clear intention, knowing that marriage is bigger than this courtship. Courtship will come and go, but marriage is where you're going to stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, also, don't say that after all, this won't be my husband. No, wait until he's the husband now. He's a boyfriend, or maybe he's your man right now, until he signs that letter or that certificate of saying, yes, this is my man, this is my husband. Until he qualifies that certificate of saying he's the husband, is when you give him, yes, or the wife. So to the gents, yes.
Yeah. So maybe you can comment and tell us what makes it so difficult for you to stay abstained, or maybe what makes you think that it is not important to abstain. And we also see that there are same-sex relationships, the gays, the lesbians, and they are so open about it. What would be your advice to those category of people?
Oh, first, this is really inahurumisha, especially when our young generation is really engaging this kind of activity or behavior of same sex. It is bad. And the Bible says in Romans that they angered God until he led them to their own desires, such that men could leave the natural to go for their naturals. So these are some of their naturals, and according to what we believe as Christian, it is wrong. It is wrong, and it is not natural. It is not what God, the intentions of God, what He created from the beginning. He created marriage to be about for a man and a woman, not man and man or woman or woman. And maybe I can give an example. If you use this phone to cook, can it really cook? It cannot. It is designed for communication. Now imagine you are designed as a woman and you want to be a man, or you are designed to be a man and you want to be a woman. Because in between the two relationship of the same sex, one will be a woman and the other will act as a man. So I think it is unnatural, and Mungu anasema kuja jinsi ulivyo, come let us reason together. When you come to him and tell him, God, I truly want to reason with you, he will let you know the original intention and purpose why he created you.
Yeah, to comment on the issue of why is it and to abstain. Today, social media has changed almost everything. Young people, like now, they think that everyone is doing it. It is very hard. It is very hard today to say that I have decided to abstain. So, to many people, when you decide to, when you say something like that, they see as if wewe ni kama hujachanuka, all of that. So social media itself has made it a bit hard for the youth to abstain because of that peer pressure. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is having a girlfriend, boyfriend. Even when you don't know where you are taking that girlfriend, you get a young person is innate because the others have it. And that is how they end up messing without knowing. Um, and this is my encouragement to them, that kindly be clear about what you're doing. Don't be carried by the social media or by anything else. Just be you. Choose to follow the designs of God and the time that God has given you, and understand what you are supposed to do at what time, and you do it right.
Yeah. And I think you can also comment on the issue of gazing and Christianity.
Okay, the issue of gayism, yes, that is same. Okay, this a person, the science says that now, since I don't want to fornicate, I can do it for myself. One thing I've said is that any sexual whatever, any sexual activity yoyote yenye utajipata umejiingiza kwake, it carries a spirit behind it. It carries a spirit. Don't be cheated that it is just a normal thing. You see, the issue of sexuality was created by God for life, for making life. So anytime you're engaging in it, it must create a spirit. So whether you're doing it, you're saying that let me be a lesbian, let me do it for myself, let me be a gay. You are saying my choices, you are saying this my choice, this is me. Okay, there is that freedom, yes, but still there is also God's design.
Yeah.
There is also God design. Yes, we are saying that we have all the freedom, it's okay, lakini there is this God design. So the God design is that you as a man, you are supposed to have intercourse with a lady or a woman, and then the lady was supposed to be satisfied by a man. So the moment you take it to yourself, it is like you have replaced God and you want to do life your own way. So it is not right. And according to me, we need to rethink our intention in it. We need to rethink our thinking about that activity, so that at least we can be on the right track. Especially our generation. Many young people, they don't want responsibilities. They don't want responsibilities. Maybe you are feeling like when I am on this other side, I will not be sitakuwa sana na hiyo ya kusukuma sukuma sana. So it is not right. Let us follow God's design, and God, He says in his word that no one will miss his mate. So even you who is engaging in such things and doing all those things, know your person is somewhere and God knows. You cannot design life for yourself. God decide life for you. Yes.
Eti your partner anangoja na wewe ushaenda kwa mtu mwingine, mnampack for nothing. Rudi kwa partner.
Haifai kukua hivyo. And in that line, unajua watu wanajua kujitetea. Watasema I came from a broken family. That is why I am doing whatever I am doing. I have experienced a lot of trauma, so to avoid the trauma, I am in such kind of a relationship. So maybe you can advise the people who are doing things because of the suffering of their background, the suffering they saw their parents go through, or even maybe they got into a relationship themselves and it made them feel like they want to do now the opposite of what is natural. How can they overcome the pain and the trauma of their past, maybe from family or personal experience?
Okay, to me, to start with, when you have failed or you have such an experience, maybe there is a trauma that is in you, first of all, accept. Accept this is where I'm starting. You cannot start from the air. You start from where you are. This is me, this the challenges I'm going through. And then from that point, if it is an issue of broken family that has led you to that, some of the family, the brokenness of the family, you cannot correct by your actions. You need to be intentional and say that as for me, okay, I'm being brought in a family that is not working, that was broken. But as for me, I will not inherit that was going on there. I will choose to have something different. So number one, it starts with you. Recognize it. Recognize this is wrong. And two wrongs cannot make right. So when something is wrong and then you choose a wrong path, then it means that one you are just killing yourself even the more. So my point is that even that relationship, if the relationship does not work, you have tried, it has failed to work, you cannot stay there. If you fall and decide to stay there for years crying, you will not help yourself. Shake that dust, stand up, and find your way forward. Find your way forward. Say that maybe that one is not meant to work. Most of the relationship, like she has talked about relationship, not that I was not also in a relationship. But you see, in those relationships, some of them they are not meant to lead you to marriage. Some of them they are just building block for where God want to take you. So the moment you understand that and you know that you are created by God and God has an intention for you, you choose to do the right thing. And for me, what I can advise them that are in that kind of life, one, accept. Two, if it is hard for you to address it, seek for a counselor. Seek for someone who can help you overcome that trauma so that you can heal. And when you heal, you cannot continue milking a cow that is sick. It will die when you are milking. So first of all, make this cow to be healthy and then continue milking when it is healthy. So make your life first of all to be healthy. Yes. And then yes,
and
God.
also I think God is the one who designed us, and God knew the reason as to why we were in those setup on those families who were brought in. So it's going to go back to the origin, go to the Creator and tell Him to heal you, to help you out. I know He is able. Yes.
Wow. We are really grateful for the how we have come in this podcast. You have enlightened us in very many ways. And may God continue blessing your marriage and increasing you and making you fruitful.
Amen.
So we are going to wrap up our podcast here. This is the mashup with Kawira. And stay tuned for the next one. And like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel.